What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. This is going to be a little follow-up video to my sugar is a drug video, which I'm glad to see that actually this damn camera angle, I haven't been able to get the camera angle right for like 3 weeks now, for Christ's sakes. So I'm glad to see that many of you actually understand what I'm saying. And I don't think it's really been a topic discussed, because in the bodybuilding, figure and fitness world, willpower and stuff like, you know, suck it up and don't be a pussy kind of go hand in hand with being hardcore. And, you know, that's not necessarily always true for people that are dieting that have these sugar addictions, food addictions. I mean, they're 100% real. Now, Minciak172 had put a comment on here, and he says, or she says, so checking out MyFitnessPal and doing some math, I figured out that for every 41 grams of carbohydrates, about 1 cup of sweet potato, there's about 18 grams of sugar. A single Pop-Tart, I don't know why the fuck we keep going back to Pop-Tarts for some ungodly fucking reason. Frosted cinnamon brown sugar has 34 grams of carbs, with 15 grams of it being from sugar. This means eating enough Pop-Tart to equal 41 grams of carbohydrates, there would be 17 grams of sugar. Is that 1 gram a big difference? Serious question. Now here's the deal. Have you ever heard of anybody fucking binging on sweet potatoes? Just sweet potatoes by themselves? No. What you hear about people going, oh, I couldn't stop eating, was sweet potato or yam with brown sugar added to it. Right? That's what you hear. Oh, marshmallow and brown sugar. Oh my God, I couldn't stop eating. It's so good. You never hear someone say, I took a yam and I couldn't stop eating yams, and the next day I kept eating yams, and then for the whole week I ate yams and I couldn't stop myself. You never hear that. Why? Because it's not the same. No, it's absolutely not the same. It's not just about the sugar that's in the potato or the sugar that's in the Pop-Tart. It is 2 different kinds of sugar we're talking about. When you have a naturally occurring sugar like fructose, you are not, absolutely not going to go binging on 7 apples at one time, but you're going to binge on 7 cookies. You're absolutely not going to binge and sit there and eat 15 oranges, but you'll absolutely eat 15 Pop-Tarts on a binge. So although they're counting sugar per se, because again, the fucking scientists and FDA and all this bullshit, they don't know the difference. They don't give a fuck about hormones. They don't give a shit about how it reacts to your body. They say chemical compound breakdown, it's in the sugar family, so it's sugar. But it's not the same fucking thing. It's not refined sugar. Refined sugar is the thing that you're seeing absolutely has that drug-like effect on your brain. Now, if you brewed a cup of coffee, and you drank that cup of coffee with the naturally occurring caffeine that's in it, and it's just a normal cup of coffee, you get maybe like 100 milligrams of caffeine in there, roughly, unless it's like some strongly brewed thing, or it has espresso added to it, which is like another 100 milligrams per pop. You think you get the same effect from that you take from a synthetic caffeine pill like NoDoz? No, they're both caffeine, but they're completely different. You get a slam in the face from the caffeine from the NoDoz, or the spike drink, but the naturally occurring caffeine, even if you took in 200 milligrams from coffee and 200 milligrams of NoDoz, that synthetic is going to slam you in the face a lot harder like a sledgehammer as opposed to drinking the coffee. It's different. Naturally occurring is way different than synthetic, and there are absolutely different responses to it. So, you know, that being said, yes, there's a huge difference between a Pop-Tart and a sweet potato. Okay, it's not just about sugars, because there are different sugars. Fructose, refined sugar, dextrose, glucose, there's all these different things. There are different reactions to the brain, although they're all counted as like a sugar. So now let me ask you this, if you want to put it into perspective to understand it a different way. Everything with 4 wheels that you drive is considered a vehicle, okay? Okay, so that would be like all the things you eat are considered food. Now sports cars, let's say, would be considered carbohydrates. Now, is a Ferrari going to perform the same way as the Hyundai Tiburon? Both sports cars, so both classified as sugars, 2 different performances. 2 different things happen when you drive them. It's the same thing with these things. So just because you're reading this, you know, sugar, or you see this net carb bullshit, like this is another thing that blows my mind. Net carbs have no impact on blood sugar. It's not just about blood sugar. It's about the way the brain reacts to these chemicals also. And judging by the amount of people that are on this thread, and emails that I've gotten in the last couple of days about these things, there are a shitload of people out there not talking about the fact that the flexible dieting and the IIFYM is not for them. Okay, so basically all you get is the people coming out here that like to attack the other people who say IIFYM works because they've lost a little weight or they look okay at like 14% body fat, but they'll attack the fuck out of the people that say, I tried IIFYM, I tried flexible dieting, and I kept binging. It wanted me to eat more. I couldn't control it. They'll attack them and go, you didn't do it right, you didn't do it right. Yes, you absolutely fucking did it right. The bottom line is you are predisposed to this certain way your brain reacts to these certain foods that made you not be able to do it. That doesn't mean you're a fucking loser. That doesn't mean you should keep your mouth shut and not say anything when it didn't work for you. It means that now, with these videos, since no one else is talking about it, you have ammunition to fight back to those people if you feel like you want to, and be like, fuck you. This is what's going on. This is why my brain works like that. You have a different fucking brain because I can sit down and chew fucking painkillers all day and not get addicted. Why the fuck are you in rehab? It's the same thing. Let me open up a comment that I got over here from an individual. And I'm not going to say the individual's name because it really doesn't matter. And let's see, where is he? It's about the sugar video. Now this individual says straight out, he sent me an email, private message email, said he tried the keto diet once and he lost 60 pounds. He gained it back in a few months. So obviously if you go back to a diet after keto, you're going to gain a lot of that weight back. Okay, your insulin goes up, you wind up storing a lot of those carbohydrates as fat. And then he saw the IIFYM crew on YouTube and tried it and was unable to fight the urge for sugar. Okay, so now he already failed at I don't want to say failed, but wasn't successful at the keto, which is no sugar, or no carbohydrates in general. And then he says straight out that he failed on the IIFYM. Although all these people on YouTube and everywhere was telling him how great it is and he's going to be successful and it's going to work. Okay? He said he actually gained more weight because of it. He smoked weed in the past, okay, and he quit. So just stopped smoking it the next day. And he was also hooked on painkillers. Now, I don't know if some of you out there, some of you have been hooked on painkillers, and you know the effects of these things. And he quit the painkillers too. However, he cannot quit the sugar. Okay, so sugar is controlling him, and he's scared that he might not be able to eat things like ice cream and stuff like that because he can't control it after that. That is the same way that I feel about a Vicodin. If I got my tooth pulled, I'm not even going to take a single Vicodin because I know that one Vicodin is going to send me down the road to where I can't control it. I don't go out and have a drink anymore because that one drink, although I'm not an alcoholic, I have abusive substance abuse tendencies, that one drink can send me in the direction that I may not be able to recover from, and I can hurt a lot of people and myself in the process. So you have to be aware of what your limitations are, and it doesn't fucking matter what someone else does. It doesn't matter what I do, it doesn't matter what August does, it doesn't matter what fucking Nunez does, it doesn't matter what any of these people do. If it doesn't work for you, that's what matters. You find what works for you and understand what's going on in your body, your brain, and fuck everybody else that's around, because just because someone doesn't agree with you or understand you doesn't mean what's going on is not real and that it's not founded that you do have some kind of issue that you know something's underlying to begin with, but you're scared to admit it and no one understands and no one's coming up and talking about it. By all means, everybody, get on the thread, talk about the things that have happened to you, talk about how you've not been successful at certain things, the things that you feel, because what's going to happen is the more you guys see each other having the same issues, the more you'll understand that it's a real problem and you can get over it, but you're going to need support. BioSYOurTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. www.BioSYOurTraining.com is the blog, and we're out.